All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to be taking a look at Rev. Okay, this is Revlon, and this one is really facing a lot of news and gaining a lot of attention. Okay, people are looking for a similar situation, possibly that happened with Hertz when Hertz went bankrupt, and then a bunch of people came in, and there was a short squeeze there. All right, something similar may be happening with Revlon. I just wanted to point out that in the options trading tycoons Discord, okay, we actually have a stock bot is one of the many tabs that come along in the options trading tycoons Discord. Um, there's a lot of resources in here that you're really not going to find other places, right? And kind of just all jumbled into one. The stock bot is a very useful one, and you can actually use it to calculate some of the short sales data, right? So I just hit the code for it, entered the code to look at the short sales for Revlon. Okay, in the past 10 days we have 37 million shares short. Total amount of shares and transaction was 75 million. So almost a 50% short sale ratio currently. um, over the past 10 days for Revlon. All right. So, and you could see here and just kind of see the data, right, where they're compiling this from is going to be right over here. And this is just one of the many resources, all right, in the options trading tycoons Discord. So if you do want to join, link to join is in the description. And if you use code Zachly, like the channel name ZachlyTrades, you'll gain access or to a discount. Okay, you can get a discount on the membership. We'll go ahead and jump into the chart now. Or before we do that, okay, let's go ahead and look at an article here. All right. So, these are the headlines, right? This one was written July 1st, about 2 weeks ago. Rev stock moves amid Revlon bankruptcy, short squeeze hopes. All right. And it's kind of just summarizing some of the things that I said. All right. The interest in Rev stock started to ramp up last month when the company announced a bankruptcy filing. Okay. Um, and it's not just short squeeze hopes that have Rev stock on the move, right? There's also been rumors circulating that another company may swoop in and buy the failing fashion product maker. This is, I think, something that's really entirely possible, right? It's very common, in these bear markets when the valuations of companies drop so low. There's lots of big players out there with lots and lots of money, okay, billions of dollars. They're going to come in and they can purchase Revlon, and all the infrastructure that Revlon already has, they can just take over that, right, and try to rebrand, and bring it back to life, right? So I think that that's definitely something you can look out for. Maybe somebody coming in and buying Revlon on top of the short squeeze, okay? And they go a little bit over how we saw the same thing happen with Hertz a couple years ago, as I mentioned. So that's kind of like the whole thing going on with Revlon right now. Super risky trying to invest in a company that's going bankrupt. But if you are playing it for the trade, then there's a lot of hype and speculation around this trade currently, and it really does have a lot of shorts in it. All right, so we're going to start off looking at the 1 hour chart, okay, and go over some of the immediate price levels that I think are pretty relevant right now. Okay, so we're currently underneath our 50% retracement on our fibs. That's at 582. All right, that's going to be right over here. So once we get above there, then things look a lot better. Okay, then we have 599 as resistance, 624 as resistance, and 655. If we're able to get past 655, okay, that's going to be really our breakout level to go into some new price territory. All right, above there we have price targets of 694 and 745. All right, and if we get the short squeeze, we may come all the way up to 891. Right, and even $11.27. All right. If you're wondering how I'm getting these price levels, it's I'm using the Fibonacci tool. Okay, so that's where I'm getting it. And the Fibonacci formula is just a formula that exists in nature and the stock market. Okay, it exists all across nature. So it's going to give you some really strong price levels, okay, that are going to matter and be pretty relevant to the chart. All right, so these are my 1 hour chart levels I'm looking at on a little bit of a smaller time frame. All right, and we'll go over here to the daily chart. All right, and I want to just show you guys. We went from $1.08 all the way up to 991. So really, really impressive move. All right. And what we did was we came down and we fell below this 50% level down to the 61.8 level on our fibs. All right. So this is an area known as the golden pocket. All right. And this is an area where either the golden pocket or the golden ratio, right? This is an area where you tend to see things bounce, right? If we break through the strong uptrend line, the normal uptrend line, and the weak uptrend line, right, of 50, 38.2, and 23.6 on the fibs, and we fall lower. All right, this is, as I said, an area known as the golden ratio. All right, and sure enough, we did see buyers step in. We haven't come back down to these levels yet. All right. We're currently above our 50% retracement at 549 on the daily chart. Okay. So, I'll definitely watch out for that. That's going to be, really pivotable. I can't say that word right. Critical, okay, key level. All right, that's going to be a critical key level is above 549. All right, because if we can stay above there, then all we have to do is break through these two resistance lines at 653 and 782, and we'll be back at those highs of 991. All right. So these are really the key levels that I'm watching right now. On the daily chart, okay, we have the lows all the way up to the highs of the short squeeze. All right, and we can see that we're holding the nice 50% retracement level as a very valid support level after entering into this golden ratio here. Okay. So that's what I would look for. If you want to break it down on the smaller levels, we have those 1 hour levels right there that I gave you guys. Okay, and you're just gonna have to watch. All right, volume is the key thing. If we go over here to the daily chart, all right, I'm gonna just kind of go over volume a little bit for you guys. Okay, so here's our volume by time. All right, it's gonna be these blue things right here. Look at the massive spike in volume. All right, that created and started the initial leg up. Right, we went from $1.08 to highs of 315 before closing at 193 around there. And then we see that massive volume increase the next 3 days after that, 1, 2, 3. And those are 3 days that we really exploded on Revlon. If you're going to want to see a massive explosion like that, you're going to need to see super high volume. Okay. It's not going to happen on low volume days like we've been having here. And that's why you're seeing, much smaller price action and movements in the actual price of the stock. Okay. Is because, that the volume just is not there right now. But once we get that nice volume push, okay, and we see volume start to come back up and increase up towards these levels, that's going to be a really key indicator for you that, we could be seeing the short squeeze. All right. So volume is the main thing that I would be watching. And you can start to, if you want to just like slowly add positions, that's one way you could do it, right around 445, 297, $1.08, whatever prices you're comfortable with. Again, this isn't financial advice. This one was a viewer request. So if you want to see your stock in the next video, make sure to comment below, okay, because I do the viewer request every single week. So if you really want to see some critical levels, and what price levels that I'm watching and looking at, so that way you can kind of draw this up on your own chart, and not buy blindly so much. Try to look and see, all right, hey, well, we're at this 549, maybe I can enter in close here to 549, put a stop loss below 549, because if we break that, we might be heading down to 445 or 297, right? And so you can set a stop loss just a little bit below at like 530, 520, and try to ride the momentum upwards to 653, 782, 991, whatever your profit goals are, right? But this will really help you out and giving you an area of, all right, well, what prices should I cut it at? What prices are key levels for us to hold? And, what prices are the key levels we need to break through? All right.